What's going on, guys? It's Fight Season MMA, and today I want to talk about what Alex Pereira is doing in the MMA community. Alex Pereira's schedule is so absolutely crazy. He is fighting everyone, everywhere, at any time, and he's doing something that no champion has done before. He's currently the second most active fighter in the UFC, right behind Kevin Holland. And for a champion to be fighting that much, to be putting his belt on the line that much, and to be providing for MMA content for the community in terms of UFC fights is absolutely insane. And he's knocking everyone out that he's fighting. Alex Pereira is a true specimen, and this will never be replicated in UFC history. If you guys enjoy the UFC content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That would be absolutely amazing to help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Also, while you're down there, please turn on the post notifications just so you guys will never miss a video that is uploaded daily. I do YouTube shorts and regular YouTube videos daily. But let's jump right into the video of why I believe Alex Pereira's activity and his championship reign will never be replicated in UFC history. Alex Pereira, as we all know, started off in the kickboxing community where he was a simultaneous light heavyweight and middleweight champion while kickboxing. He's fought the likes of Israel Adesanya and Dustin Jacoby in the kickboxing world, but he then came over to the UFC after Israel Adesanya said that Alex Pereira was only someone who beat him in kickboxing. Where is he now? He is the current UFC champion. That's what Israel Adesanya is. So Alex Pereira wanted to come over and show the world of what he can do in MMA. He has then become a two-division champion, winning a middleweight title over Israel Adesanya and becoming a light heavyweight champion. But the craziest thing throughout this entire experience is Alex Pereira's activity. He has something like 11 fights or 10 fights in 3 years, which is crazy. Alex Pereira's last 6 fights have been former champions. Jiří Procházka once, Jamal Hill, Jiří Procházka again, Jan Blachowicz, Israel Adesanya twice, which he lost one of those fights, and Sean Strickland, who was a champion after he fought Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira's resume is absolutely nutty inside the UFC. For him being here for such a short time to be taking on this level of competition is absolutely insane while doing it on a very tight schedule. If you look at Alex Pereira's fight with Sean Strickland and his fight with Jan Blachowicz and his fight with Jiří Procházka the second time, those are about a year apart from one another. And Alex Pereira's skill has got so much better from each one of those fights. It is absolutely crazy. His takedown defense is unworldly different. His a use of the body jab to help his takedown defense is amazing there. He's got so much more power. He feels so much more comfortable in the UFC octagon. Alex Pereira is a legend in the game, and his fan stardom has risen 110%. You look at the press conference at UFC 276 with Israel Adesanya and Sean Strickland and Jared Cannonier. Alex Pereira didn't get much of a pop because no one knew who he was, but now Alex Pereira is the face of the UFC community. Everyone loves Alex Pereira. Everyone loves to say the word Shama. Everyone loves this man for what he does in the MMA community. But the crazy thing of why I believe Alex Pereira's what he's doing right now will never be replicated is, yes, he is fighting a lot, and there are other fighters who fight a lot. Bobby Green fought 5 times last year. Kevin Holland usually fights 3 to 4 times a year, and Alex Pereira is kind of on that same pace. But Alex Pereira has knocked out his last 3 opponents, that being Jiří Procházka twice and Jamal Hill once. He then beat Jan Blachowicz in his first fight up at light heavyweight, which was a banger of a fight. That's an amazing fight if you haven't seen it. He lost to Israel Adesanya, but I feel like that was because of how much weight he was cutting rather than a defensive lapse in his game. Yes, he did get caught. A lot of fighters did get caught, but that wouldn't have been as detrimental if he wasn't cutting that much weight. He beat Israel Adesanya in a comeback win at UFC 281 and slept Sean Strickland in the first round. Doing that while being that knockout artist, being that KO artist, but being active doing it and not waiting long for your fights to keep going is absolutely insane. There was no fighter in UFC history who's running through his opponents like Alex Pereira is. And Alex Pereira just said that he wanted to take some time off from the UFC organization. He said he wanted to come back in, say, November, December or January of next year. So what happened in Alex Pereira fashion? It was just announced that he was fighting at UFC 307 on October 7th, just on, 6 weeks, 8 weeks notice, which is absolutely insane. Alex Pereira is a company man. Dana White loves this man. He's the biggest name in the sport. And what's crazy is if you need a pay-per-view to save, usually you would call a contender, make a grudge fight, make the BMF belt to make a massive fight at hand. But Alex Pereira being one of the biggest names in the sport, will jump in and fight anyone at any time, at anywhere. And Khalil Roundtree Jr. is a very dangerous fighter. I would not want to step in there with Khalil Roundtree Jr. He swings for the fences. He's a very big guy. But Alex Pereira is confident in his kickboxing ability, and I believe he's going to show Khalil Roundtree Jr. that there's levels to this game. Ultimately, Alex Pereira's UFC career in the only 2.5-year time span that he's been in the organization is better than a lot of fighters' entire 10-year career. Alex Pereira has already some crazy knockouts over crazy competition. Sean Strickland became the middleweight champion against Israel Adesanya and defeated him in a very one-sided, lopsided fight. And Alex Pereira knocked him out cold. Alex Pereira knocked Yuri Prochazka out cold, and he was the former champion. And he was fighting Glover Teixeira in a 5-round war. He then knocked out Jamal Hill out cold, who beat Glover Teixeira in an amazing, immaculate performance, 50-45 at UFC 283 in Brazil. Alex Pereira is a different breed. Alex Pereira is one of the best MMA fighters that there ever was. And he's one of the most exciting MMA fighters to see in the organization. He's a company man, like I've said multiple different times, and Alex Pereira needs to be just absolutely just cherished in the moment while we have him. He's old. He's an older fighter. He's 37 years old, and being this active at that age is something that no one has done, and that is why no one will be able to replicate what Alex Pereira is doing currently. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Fight Season MMA, and please let me know down below in the comments if you believe that anyone will be able to replicate Alex Pereira's activity, his success in the UFC in such a short time in the very near future. Alex Pereira is already a double champion and is eyeing a third belt to put on his resume in a different division. He would be the first ever triple champion within the UFC. Now, a fight in the heavyweight division would be incredibly hard against someone like Tom Aspinall or John Jones, but I believe if anyone can do it, Alex Pereira has the ability, has the skills, and has the power to be able to translate weight classes and ultimately get that third belt. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Fight Season MMA, and please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel, and while you're down there, turn on the post notifications just so you guys are always notified when MMA content releases daily. Also, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so please go down there and smash the subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and every subscriber that subscribes helps so much for the channel to grow ever so slightly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys very soon with more UFC content and news.